Hey there, Glenn Tobias from the Return of Man. We are on day 19 of our 45-day series. Day 19, module 2. We're in the module where we're talking about how leaders manage process, guide and help people grow, and drive change. We're now in the leadership acrostic on the letter S, and that is to strengthen your innate skills. Strengthen your innate skills. You have certain things you were wired to do. Certain things you were created to do. You were just made to do this. There are things that are effortless to you. And even when you don't feel like you're putting in any effort, you still come out with above average results, if not spectacular results. Those are the things you were wired to do. If you look back through your life, or you ask some of your really good friends, talk to people that you work with, that you get along with fairly well. You know, everybody has somebody in their life who kind of irks them, but they still have respect for them, and that's because that person tells them the truth. Get with that person and say, what are the things that I do exceptionally well? Leaders don't take those things and set them aside and say, well, I've already got that down, so I'm going to try to make my weaknesses better. Leaders invest their time into what they do really well. They stay with that. And they put aside the things that they don't do that well. Now, there are a million ways to finesse or nuance this message. So, as an example, there might be things that you don't do that well, and it's really a matter of somebody just, you need a little bit of coaching on it. And by the way, leaders focus on their skills, and they're not afraid of coaching. That doesn't threaten them. They don't think that anybody's going to think that they're not good enough because they're getting some coaching. But the point is, leaders are aware there are things that are not an innate weakness. It's just something that they, like I say, they haven't, they've developed a couple of bad habit patterns. Their thinking is not real clear on it yet. Whatever the case might be, and they end up not being that good at a particular thing. But it's something they could be better at. There are other things that you're just never going to be real good at doing. It's just never going to be a high skill set for you. And it's important to learn to recognize those and get some help from people around you in recognizing them. Or I'll put my email on the screen. You can email me and I'll do a free coaching session with you. And if you want to go further than that, we can talk about how to do that. But I'd do one free phone call with you if you want. And we'll see how that goes for you. But normally within half hour, we can nail down what you're struggling with. And, it's funny, a lot of people, it's, kind of you can just list 8 or 10 things and there's your strength and there's your weakness. And there are online tests, strength and weakness finders, and there's all that stuff you can find. So leaders will strengthen their skills. They don't spend a lot of time focusing on their weaknesses. To strengthen your innate skills, one of the things you have to do is find out about your values and your value. And I'm actually working on a course to present for that. What are your values? What are the things that you value in life? That's really all that means. Sometimes people hear that and it's like, what do you mean by what are my values? It really comes down to what things do you value in life? And it's interesting to me, I find it a real point of fascination, how often people find out that their real values are not what they thought. Not what they thought. Then you want to know, what is my value? What things do I bring to the world where I excel, where I could really help somebody? If I find the right people that need what I offer, I could really be valuable to those people. So you find out that issue. What do you value, and what are your values? Pardon me, a little yawn there. It's still a little bit early. Then you want to take those, what you understand to be your values, and you want to apply those when you're working on your life, on a business, on the organization that you're building or driving or whatever the case. You take your values and you work on your business, on your life. A lot of people just go along living life and they don't spend any time to sit down with a journal or a calendar or a goal planner or a vision casting tool. They just put one foot in front of the other every morning and go to the bathroom and get dressed and go to work and come home and watch TV. If that's you, don't watch the rest of this series. This is not for you. If that's not you and you want to go somewhere, well, then you need to spend time working on your life, not just in your life. The same is true of business. You need to spend time working on your business. But a lot of people say you want to spend all your time working on your business. That doesn't work for most people. They have to work in their business some. But it still doesn't mean you can't work on it. So when you're working on it, you want to work on it according to your values. Where do I want my business to go? What's important to me? What impact do we want to have as a business? When you're working in your business, you want to work according to your strengths. And you keep sharpening those strengths and improving them until you're exceptional, just fantastic at the things that you're naturally good at. From there, you say, let me find people that can help me cover my blind spots. All right, I'll find people that do well what I don't do well. And don't be threatened by that. You don't have to do everything well. And anybody who thinks they do, they're the only person that doesn't realize everybody around them is saying, well, they're not that, they think they're good at this, they're not. So when we recognize our strengths and put aside the other stuff, then we can really get powerful, like a laser beam. You know, we can start to penetrate stuff because we're putting all of our energy in one area, and we start to make penetration. All right, and which means you start to make access into other areas. Once you've made penetration, your team can help you widen that opening. All right, so there you go. I got this verbiage from Tony Teagarden, T-E-E and the word garden, Tony Teagarden. You can find him on YouTube and on the web and so forth. And Tony says, when working on your life or business, work according to your values. When working in your life, I think I added the word life, but Tony says when working in your business, and I say it's the same is true of your life. Working in your life or business, work according to your strengths. Okay? So know your strengths, strengthen your strengths, strengthen your natural innate skill sets, and you will find a great impact. All right, this is day 19 out of 45 days in building your rhythm of leadership. I'm Glenn Tobias. The Return of Man is the organization. For now, working on you. Okay, do me a favor, go below. If you want to go, if you're just jumping into this, if you look in the description below, all the way at the bottom of the description, you'll see a link to the very first email in the series, and you can catch up with us. Watch one a day, buy yourself a journal, make notes. You will find at the end of 45 days, you will be a greatly improved leader and influencer and a different person. If you'll do this stick with this for 45 days with a journal, just make a couple of notes about what you thought each day, what impact each commentary had for you. All right, so do that. On your way back up from down there, please hit the subscribe button and please hit the thumbs up like. That'll help us a lot. And then I will see you tomorrow for day 20. All right, thanks. Glenn Tobias, The Return of Man. Talk to you soon. Bye.